Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudriyena Saprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Langeti Girim Yatkapatam Vande Shri Gurun Dinatarinam Paramanandamadama Shri Chaitanya Ishvara Harihi Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 1, text number 45, 46. Chapter name Maharaj Nimi meets the 9 Yogendras. So in the last class we have seen about the 3 levels of devotees. The first class devotee, the second class devotee, and the third class devotee, namely Kanistadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, and the Uttamadhikari. So as we discussed that Kanistadhikari level, the scripture says that the Kanistadhikari level is very low and it's not up to the pure consciousness, because he takes care of the deities in the temple and he considers the devotees of the Lord to be negligible, or he won't even take care of them. He will not respect them. So his mode of serving is only to take care of the deities, and not about devotees. But whereas Krishna says in Bagavatam, when discussing about Ambrish Maharaj, Sukamuni says to Parikshit Maharaj that the Lord is under the control of the pure devotees, unalloyed devotees who are, he says, I am under the spell, or I am under the control of pure devotees like Ambrish Maharaj and Parikshit Maharaj and etc. like Prahlad Maharaj. So Kanistadhikari level is not a recommendable for the advancement and progress of Krishna consciousness, as well as, so as we see, Madhyamadhikari level is really a befitting position of a devotee, that Madhyamadhikari level considers the deities to be, he respects deities, he cares about the deities. He also discriminates the devotees in which level they belongs to, in which level they are following, and accordingly the Madhyamadhikari level gives them due respects and politely, submissively he behaves in a very profound and incredible way to the devotees, and whoever the persons who offend the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will totally neglect them and he will not even give them any sort of association to them. But whereas the non-devotees who are, the persons who want to serve Krishna and Guru, then he will accept them, then he will give them, and he will show them compassion and gives them the Krishna Bhakti to them, the Bhakti Yoga to them. Whereas the Uttamadhikari level, as we saw, that the Uttamadhikari level is the topmost level. He sees Krishna in everybody's heart, and he respects, as he respects Krishna, as he respects the Supreme Personality of Godhead, while rendering the devotional service. The same way he also respects the other, all the living entities, not other living, all the living entities. Like in Gita it said, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshite jnanam jnaninam tattva darshana. I think it's somewhere in 4th chapter, I think. Krishna says that he sees Krishna in Brahmana's heart and elephant's heart, even in Chandala's heart. So he sees everybody is equal because Krishna is there in Sarvabhutanam Hrideshu Tishtate Brahmane. So Krishna is in the form of Paramatma in all the living entities' heart. So he sees everybody as the part and parcel of the Lord, and he gives due respects to everyone, and he tries to be very humble, meek and polite to all the living entities. So he never discriminates, or he sees everybody in connection with Krishna. That's Bagavatottama, it says in Bagavatam. In a future sloka it says that it is like a Bagavatottama. In text number 46, I will recite the sloka. Ishvare tad adineshu baliseshu dishatsucha prema maitri krupopeksha ya karoti sa madhyamaha. An intermediate or second class devotee called Madhyamadikari offers his love to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a sincere friend to all the devotees of the Lord, shows mercy to ignorant people and who are innocent, and disregards those who are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As I said, the Madhyamadikari level in this verse, it describes the mood and mission of this Madhyamadikari and the intention of the Madhyamadikari level. So the Madhyamadikari level offers love to Supreme Personality of Godhead, and also offer love to devotees and also to the ignorant people also. But he disregards, he offers love to even ignorant people and innocent people. But those who are envious of Supreme Personality of Godhead, like demons like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Kamsa, and so many other demons. So he shows disregards to those people who are envious of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in purport, let me see what Prabhupada says. Let's see. According to Bhagavad Gita, every living entity within the material world is eternally minute fragmental portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mamaivam sajivo loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha, the 15:7 Bhagavad Gita. But because of the influence of Maya, the puffed up conditioned souls become inimical to the service of the Lord, and the Lord's devotees choose leaders among the materialistic sense gratifiers, and they engage busily in useless society of the cheaters and the cheated, a society of the blind leading blind to blind into a ditch. Although the community of Vaishnavas is sincerely eager to serve the conditioned souls by bringing them back to their constitutional position, by Maya's influence, the materialistic living entity becomes hard-hearted and rejects the mercy of the Lord's devotees. So here in this verse, Srila Prabhupada comments on about the materialistic persons, because every part and parcel of the Lord is, every jiva is part and parcel of the Lord, as we see in Bhagavad Gita 15:7 that Mamaivam sajiva loke jiva lobhuta sanatanaha manaha sastindriyani prakriti karshiti. It says that every part and parcel of the Lord, everyone is part and parcel of the Lord, and because of the influence of Maya, the puffed up conditioned souls will engage their time, and spend their whole life in gratifying their senses, and thus engage busily, and then when they engage their time, their energy and their life with sense gratifiers, then they will become inimical to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus they engage busily in a useless society of the cheaters and the cheated, a society that is a blind society which leads everyone to the the place of ditch. Although the community of Vaishnavas are sincerely, eagerly serving the conditioned souls by bringing them up or by uplifting them up by means of distributing literatures, by means of distributing knowledge, by means of presenting different types of Vedic lectures about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, still they are under the influence of Maya, and the materialistic living entity will have a hard heart and rejects the mercy of the Supreme Personality of God, devotees. They will reject the mercy of the Lord's devotees. That means it is. So it says that Prabhupada says that disciples of Prabhupada says that though the devotees, the pure devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the Krishna consciousness or the Bhakti Yoga, the conditioned souls, since they are trapped by Maya or they are bound to render devotions, render materialistic and mundane services to the people who are fully concerned about the worldly matters, and they become inimical and they become envious to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Though the devotees are ready or not reluctant, they are ready to give sort of a compassion and mercy to these materialistic persons, but still they don't receive it. They are not at the receiving end. So then they become very hard hearted and they reject the mercy of the devotees of the Lord. So according to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, although a second-class devotee is eager to preach to the innocent conditioned souls, he should avoid the atheistic class of men so that he will not become disturbed or polluted by their association. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur confirmed that a Vaishnava should be indifferent to those who are envious of the Supreme Lord. It is practically seen that such persons are informed of the glories of the Supreme Personality or attempt to ridicule the Supreme Lord, thus further deteriorating their polluted existence. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also says that according to him, according to Prabhupada, according to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, a second-class devotee is eager to preach to the conditioned souls, to the innocent conditioned souls. But the conditioned soul should avoid atheistic class of men so that he will not become envious, he will not become disturbed, so that he will become blank, and so that he can receive pure Krishna consciousness from the Vaishnavas. So even in Bagavatam also it says sometimes in reference 10, 20, 36, sometimes in autumn the water falls and water falls from the tops of the hills to clean and supply clean water, and sometimes it stops like that. Similarly, the Vaishnavas also, the pure devotees also, they keep preaching to the innocent people and to the conditioned souls. Sometimes they keep silent. In this regard, Jiva Goswami has mentioned that although the first-class devotee of the Lord may at times exhibit apparent hatred towards the demons because of entering the mood of Lord's pastimes, the intermediate devotee should avoid such feelings. Furthermore, the intermediate devotee should not in any way associate with the powerful atheistic class of men. So Jiva Goswami here warns that the intermediate class of devotees should not take association of the atheistic persons. They should not associate with the powerful and atheistic class of men, because there is a danger that his mind will become bewildered by such association. We can see the examples in Ramayana when Kaikeyi took association with the Manthara. So Manthara, somehow or other, she is very wicked. So before Manthara's association or Manthara's plan, Kaikeyi was so much attached and so much love patronage she was showing to Lord Ram rather than Bharat Maharaj. So, but as soon as the moment she took up association from the mantra in Ramayana, so immediately she got corrupted and she started condemning and agitating Ram in his mind, in her mind, so that she wants to become her son to be a king of Ayodhya. So slowly she slanted down towards the mantra's plan, and she was able to do that with her wicked association. Then she made Dasaratha Maharaj to give her boons or benedictions of two benedictions, where she took it, where Dasaratha Maharaj was owing these two benedictions. So she was waiting for this. She was not all waiting for this, but because of the bad association of mantra, this particular Kaikeyi wants to utilize those two benedictions right in time, so that she can drive off Ram and make her son Bharat to be the king of Ayodhya. So the power of association, the power of bad association is very powerful. So we should try to avoid this bad association in different places and different circumstances. But rather than instead of that, we should try to have good association by giving by spending all our energy and time, so that we can get good association from good devotees, so that we can advance and we can cleanse our heart by driving off all these unwanted things like kama, krodha, loha and false ego, all those things. So in this record, you can also quote the Prahlad Maharaj's mood of delivering the people. It says in seventh, it says the section of Bagavatam in 7th canto, 9th chapter, 43rd verse. It says that the best of personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence for whatever I say. So Prahlad Maharaj here he says he is not at all afraid of or scared about this material world, but he is fully concerned about the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their family, atrocity, family, societies and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. Although a Vaishnava preacher constantly meditates on the welfare of the living entities, he will not associate with those who are unreceptive to the message of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So that means we have to understand that people who are not at all at the receptive end of about the Supreme and about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we should be very careful with them, and we should not make any offense, because if they are not at the receiving end, whatever we say about Krishna's glories and about Krishna's glories, form, pastimes, then what is the use? What is the purpose of preaching them? So the purpose of preaching is not because we want to show our intelligence or show our verbal greatness, or to show just to just to showcase our greatness or our performance or our achievements, but only to deliver the conditioned souls and make them the Vaishnavas, so that they can achieve, they can perform good, pure devotional service, and they can go back to God. That is the pure intention of every Vaishnava, like Prahalad Maharaj. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given an elaborate explanation to prove the discrimination employed by a Madhyamadikari preacher does not at all show a lack of mercy. He states that upeksha or neglect mentioned in was proper medicine for those who are in those who are not attracted to the Sankirtana movement. Those who are not attracted to the Sankirtana movement of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who disrespect the faithful servants of Lord Chaitanya, considering their strong statements about the Sankirtana movement to be obstacles to their own worship of God, so will never be able to fix their minds on Krishna, but will gradually fall down from the path of devotion by confusing external activities of the material world with such actual worship of Supreme Personality of God Krishna. Such bewilderment has been expressed by the words Bhayam Diti Aviniveshata Shat. Those who are not attracted to the Sankirtana movement. So here, the one more point I want to add here is, added in this purport, is that about the Sankirtana movement. The people who are not at all, who doesn't have faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement, and those who disrespect the faithful servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, considering their strong statements about the Sankirtana movement to be obstacles to their own worship of the Lord. There will be obstacles, they will become obstacles to the worship of the Lord. That means they cannot worship, because the prime, foremost and very important criteria, important point here in this Kali Yuga is to chant the holy names of the Lord, which has been re-enunciated, which has been introduced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kali Yuga before 500 years. So if those people who doesn't care about this, who makes deaf ears, or who condemns, or who doesn't have any sort of respects to the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then they cannot worship, or they cannot become a nice devotee, or their full human life will get wasted.